Welcome to Spa-Francorchamps Blade outside, taking pole position from Jens Olsen alongside Team Sergio takes third place from Ultra and Sebastian Campo. With Raven in P6, we see Marcel in 7th, from Dominic Di Benedetto and Tom Leon. We see David Castro by 10th place from UK Hamilton Water in livery. Then we got Raquel Crumpley, Tab Van Horn, Devin Butler, Matt Fong, Theo, Thierry Headley in final three with Zygmunt, Bennett Bonzarov, and Martin Lyon. So here we go, Spa, one of the most famous races on the Formula 1 calendar, commences. 5 red lights and we're underway once again in the season. And here we go as we head in towards the first corner. It is a good move, Sergio, but he hits the wall and gets a 5-second penalty. Not a good start for the Brazilian driver, as that getaway has been absolutely awful for him, and that is far from optimal. But leading away by over a second is Blade Dragon Sonic, who is doing incredible, getting a perfect first corner. Sebastian Campo, now down to P2 in the championship by only 2 points, is in 3rd position at the moment. He's been waiting for another podium, and this is his chance to get it, as he'll be trying his hardest to push further Jens Olsen, who won last time out in Spain. Of course, P2, this is going to be solid, as you can say that he's in the championship right now. Yes, he's 39 points back, but it is still possible. Never say never in Formula 1, as out of the race goes Davide Serracchiara, the 2017 world champion, having a mechanical failure on the first lap, and the virtual safety car is deployed. Sebastian Campo right on the back of Olsen. Now we could be seeing a similar situation this race to last race, where the inters are no longer needed and we could be going to dry. So VSC is ending, but our weather forecast is not giving us any good information about this. We have no information on whether it'll get drier, wetter, or just stay the same, or if it just varies. We have no information on it. But so off to an incredible virtual safety car restart, and that is absolutely perfect with Nigerian looking to expand his lead at the top of the standings. And it stands, he'll have a 12-point lead over Sebastian Ocampo, as Ultra getting a podium last time out, with P2 narrowly gets P4. Well, currently that's his current position. Got Marcus Adelaide behind him and Sebastian Ocampo right in front. These two have had battles before. They're having another one here in Spa as they go down the Camel Straight. You can see Ultra alongside the Filipino driver, and he's going to be looking to take 3rd place, and he does so as they head into the chicane. Ocampo trying to fight back around the outside. Ultra staying ahead, shutting the door when he needed to the most, and that is him into P3. Ocampo stays backwards. He's stuck there at P4 at the moment, unless he can fight back. Now for Olsen P2, I don't imagine anything can change there. Rabo and Adelaide fighting. Adelaide on the inside line. Rabo on the outside. Can Rabo move up into 5th place? This would be his best chance down the inside. He's going for it, but unfortunately for him, Adelaide has a better line overall, and he keeps P5. Rabo sticking his foot in, and he's the one getting P5 this time, going down the inside, and he takes 5th place, and he shuts the door off of Adelaide. And that is McLaren now 2-6 instead of 2-5. And Ocampo, he'll be devastated right now as he's just losing time to Ultra and the Ferrari. Meanwhile, Ultra's teammate Ravo still in a fight of his own. Meanwhile, he just can't get this fight finished with. Right behind is Adelaide once again. Di Benedetto fast lap of the race, and I'm not surprised. He is going quick. He is just lurking and lurking on the back of Marcus Adelaide. Just down there in P7, which is not good for Di Benedetto. Say he's having a disaster race. The more one driver out, which is their main driver, and their other driver with the worst car in P7. Jens Olsen fastest in the first sector. He is making time up on Blade Dragon Sonic at the moment. Could he be having a 2011 style season? Because this is what it's looking like right now. Getting a first win with your team in Spain, and then Just doing really well for the rest of the season. That's what it's looking like right now. But obviously, this is literally just the first race after he's got his first win. We can't say anything like that yet. But here we go, Ultra pulling out a sizable gap to Sebastian Ocampo. Meanwhile, he is quite a distance away from BDS and from Jensen Olsen, who are well and truly ahead of him at the moment. Sebastian Ocampo's still down P4. He's losing time. Adelaide getting onto the back of him. And that'll mean Ravo and Demerdo could be on the back of him soon as well. Eduardo has a penalty down in P12, and Damian Castro is into the points for Rich Energy Haas, as he'll be looking to try and chase the Britain of UK Ball, who'll be trying to chase Tom Leon. Yet also fastest lap of this race by 0.3 of a second. As he goes on Stabilo, he's going to have to try his best to push down this straight as they head to Eau Rouge and Radion. BDS going through Eau Rouge and Radion right now, as Olsen goes through Radion. He's lost a lot of time since Stabilo. Wait, I don't know if Stabilo's first corner. I'm not even going to say the name of the first corner because I might be getting it wrong. Okay, and I don't know the track map, like the corner names. But here you go, Ocampo finally picking his foot up once again. He's found the pace he's been looking for, and right in front of him is his rival of Ultra Bro. Of course, he needs to minimise the damage in this World Championship, because if Red Bull were to suddenly get some upgrades later on, this will really benefit them with the early points that Ocampo's managed to get from these first two races. Of course, realistically, where Red Bull is, it's not really a race-winning car at the moment. It's definitely a strong podium contender though, so we don't want Ocampo to be too demoralised by losing this lead of the championship. However, we will still be hoping to try and push for that lead. BDS on his way for the 4th World Championship at the moment. No driver has got anything higher than 3rd yet. Well, 3 championships yet. Of course, BDS is the only one of 3. The closest people to him in terms of championships in number is Ivan Gugorov and UK Ball, both having 2. Ivan Gugorov now retired into the WEC Series, so that's not going to do anything. UK Ball still on this grid. He's still got potential to try and match or beat BDS in number of championships. Beyond Jensen Olsen, he's managed to pick his foot up again, and he is now gaining on BDS. So all he has to do is just keep his pace up, and he can probably have a good attempt at winning or keeping P2. Meanwhile, Ultra Bro and the Ferrari pulling away from Sebastian Ocampo once again, as Ocampo now starts to lose time to Marcus Adelaide. Meanwhile, Ravo also trying to pull in on Adelaide, while De Benedetto is just staying calm in 7th place for Mercedes. Tom Leon just in 8th right now, chilling. Is Castro. He's a good 9 seconds back from Tom Leon. But there we go, on the inside of Damian Castro is UK Ball, who's going to go for the move. Castro has 2 warnings for track limits now. Down the inside, UK Ball goes, and he's just going to have to try and push hard to get into P9. He's trying his best, but he's not securing the move yet. Castro on the inside line as they're heading towards Pouillon. UK Ball's going to be stuck on the outside line, which is not where you want to be at this corner. And there we go, cutting across, Damian Castro defending the right line. He's putting his car in the middle of the track, and that is where you want to be for defense. It can really mess up your opponent, and he's put Eduardo right with UK Ball, and Eduardo good trying to go down the inside. He does go down the inside. The Williams goes up into 10th place, but the 5-second time penalty is there, as we're on the 6th lap now of 11. Now it looks like the rain has been staying the same all race long, which I think is pretty unfortunate. We would have liked to see some changeable conditions, but we're not getting that at the moment. Demerdo right in the back of Ravo. This could be his best shot at gaining another place in this Grand Prix. There is Ravo. Demerdo's gonna go on the inside line, and he's really going for it. He's not lifted off at all. He's there in the fight, but he's allowed Ravo to get enough pace to overtake Marcus Adelaide and up into P5. The Ferrari moving up in the order down the inside of Adelaide, because Adelaide retaliates at this, and Ravo going to keep his car on the inside line, and through up into 5th place he goes finally. So we've finally seen a change in this little pack here of the 3 cars. DeVento, he will still be trying. He's just there waiting for those two to make an error or possibly collide. There we go. Adelaide's had to lift off. DeVento does not need to lift off. And DeVento goes through up into 6th. All he needs to is secure it by getting a better line throughout these next couple corners. And they should be fine. Adelaide, though, he very much keeps his foot in that. DeVento tries to shut the door, but to avoid contact, he's had to slow down. And that was very clear, as Adelaide's going for 5th place again. They are fighting once again. This low back here, the fight for 5th is crazy right now between these 3 cars. Intermediate condition racing is actually so good. Wet's not as much the dries, it really just depends on what tyre compound they're using. As I think there was a little bit of contact there between Adelaide and Ravo. No penalties or warnings dished out though, so they're lucky not to have received anything, because normally we're pretty strict with this sort of stuff. However, I've just noticed out in front against Olsen losing time now to play the Dragon Sonic. As these 3 looking to be alongside each other, it's currently too wide at the moment. Vedel can't find his room just yet. As Adelaide and Bravo, they're side by side. Vedel's just right there, just behind him, sitting down. May as well watch the battle from DeVentel's view of the number 37 Mercedes car. Also, you can see both Bravo and Adelaide just in front. Can Bravo send it on Adelaide? No, he can't, but he can certainly keep the inside of Pouon to stop Adelaide from taking it. DeVento using his slipstream, and he's going to try and use that to get ahead of Ravo. Can't quite get the move yet, but that move could come at any given time. I'll tell you that. And also, ever since Eduardo got past UK ball, he stayed in front, which is incredible defense from Carlos Eduardo. But he's currently nowhere near points because he's got that penalty that's obviously going to affect him. Yeah, DeVento is up into 6th place now. He's finally made a move. And now he's got a charge for Marcus Adelaide just up in front in the McLaren. So it is the supplier versus the customer right now, with the customer in front of the supplier. Of course, McLaren using the Mercedes engines, I'm sure. But it actually might not be, I don't know. I've got a feeling that they are using them though, so yeah. BDS's lead is now 2.7 seconds. Olsen has took a bit of a bite into it. Ultro is currently nowhere, he's just in no man's land at the moment. Same thing for Sebastian Campo, who's currently on his way to score 12 points while BDS looking to score 25, just 13 points more. So he's looking at a 15-point lead in the World Championship at the moment, which will be crucial considering how this is a shorter calendar. And it's 16 races long, and I'm sure this is round 7. So we are getting very close to the limit of the races of the season. We're getting close to the end, or close to the halfway point this stage. Rockstar have now officially over a minute behind the leader, and the track is dry. It is dry. Hallelujah. What I wanted has occurred. BDS is staying out though. Who's going to be first to make the pit stop call? Olsen stays out. What about Ultro? He's staying out as well. We're on lap 9 of this race. This little fight here still continuing on. No one is pitting yet, but the track is dry. You can see the standing water on the track. But who's going to be the first to make the pit stop call? It's Adelaide. Marcus Adelaide and McLaren, first driver to make the call to switch to dry tyres. So McLaren will be getting rid of his penalty, which he's only just gotten, I think. I don't know why they chose mediums. Soft would have been a better choice. I can see there is a dragon there. That is UK ball. Also coming in the pits. He's the second driver to go in the pits race. Also going on to mediums. I don't know why they're going on to that tyre. Soon as less gripping, the track might start some standing water, because it certainly looks like it. Yeah, Adelaide coming out the pits in P13 at the moment, as UK will leaving the pits as well, but he's going to be coming out in P14. Very nice of him. But yeah, these drivers currently have got to do something. Adelaide had to gamble. He would have been losing a lot of time anyways if he just pit the same lap as everyone else. So if he pits this lap and he gains, then maybe he can reduce damage and have damage limitation. So maybe it was better for Adelaide to just pit now instead of later. We'll just have to monitor the gap between him and BDS. I can't really see what the gap was doing. Yeah, it looks like the gap could be increasing at the moment. No, it's decreasing. Well, overall, we'll have to see what happens. BDS staying out on lap 10 here. Olsen also staying out. Ultra stays out. Ocampo, what about him in the Red Bull? Teams have got to gamble. It is most certainly fully dry now. And Ocampo stays out as well. So everyone is looking to currently stay out. I can't see anyone who's pitting. So it's Adelaide, UK Ball, Van Horn, Butler, Zygmunt, Headley, Crumply, Bogdasarov. They have pit. They're the ones going for the gamble on dry tyre. Now UK Ball and Klein. Could UK Ball get past Klein? Well, it's certainly possible, but we'll have to see how this turns out. So yeah, pretty much Adelaide's going to be hoping that he has some mega pace. The guys he was fighting though are quite a bit ahead. They are already in the second sector. Adelaide just started the 10th lap of this race, and overall he's been losing out on time. I don't think it was time for the dries, and McLaren might have fumbled it. They could have possibly fumbled it. Dragon didn't really have any to lose. They were probably going to be scoring 1 point for UK Ball. They may as well have just pit them, see what happens. Well, it looks like the guys on the Inters are going to be the quicker ones, as Marcus Klein is overtaken by UK Ball. So who knows, maybe the drives are quicker now. I can't quite tell though. But on to the final lap. Blade Drive Sonic looking for a 4th win of the season. And that'll be good. It is charged for title number 4, as he's got the first corner here and got always around on many other corners to go. But it's only 1 lap that he has remaining to go in this Grand Prix. Now, as for Marcus Adelaide, is he finally catching you? Yes, he is. He is starting to catch. He can get himself into the points and do some damage limitations. And he just went purple in the middle sector. He's going to fly by Verstio. And now it's time for him to really push. He's got to try and make his moves. He's kind of being stuck behind other cars, getting past the ABB Racing Point and the Renault Velo car. He's now through a bit of 10th place, denying Lam Fong the possibility of points today, unless he can close into Eduardo. You can see visible wear on the Inters. I've never actually seen that before, I don't think so. But now it's Adelaide's turn to try and deny Eduardo points, which he can get today. He can still score points. Here's Belgian Sonic though into the 3rd sector, and he's drove brilliantly today. He's just been leading from start to finish with no contest whatsoever. And it's been a champion's drive for the 3-time world champion. He's had 3 wins this season. Scrap that, make it 4. Round the final corner, Blade of Dragon Sonic wins the Belgian Grand Prix for Dragon Racing. Jensen Olsen getting a strong result. He's finishing 2nd today from Ultra Pro, who gets another podium finish. It's 3rd place. That's a good result. Ocampo finishing 4th. BDS's gap in the championship is being increased to 15 points. And Developmental in the end, he's going to come out on top of that little battle that happened. He's getting 5th place today, and he'll be happy with that one. Tom Leon getting a surprise 6th place from Revo. Then Damien Castro's going to finish 8th. And here is Adelaide, who's going to be trying to fight Eduardo on the final corner. He's getting up into P9. He was already going to be in that position anyways. There was Castro. And Adelaide, fastest lap of the race. Livery has a 5-second penalty. So it's safe to say that points should be going the way of Eduardo, and they are. Eduardo scoring points for Williams. Well, points, not points. Van Horn finishes 15th, so yeah, in the end, the drives were quicker, but the people who pitted on the drives, they pitted too early. They probably could have benefited from going out a little bit longer. But anyways, here is Clyde 16th from Zygmunt and Headley. Now Crumply, Bogdasar and Butler, all 1 lap down, so Kara out from the 1st lap. So Spa is your usual wet weather influenced race. Belgian Dragon is your winner today with a solid drive. Absolutely fantastic to the Nigerian. Jensen Olsen continuing his good race streak. He is now on the podium once again. It's P2 for the McLaren. I don't know what they've done with these upgrades, but it's most certainly worked, and they are putting in some amazing performances. And if that, Dragon will continue to be P3 in the Constructors versus McLaren, because they have outscored them. Ultra getting third place, it's good, but he still needs to try and pass the McLaren in this World Championship, who are ahead of him. But with that, let's listen to the Nigerian national anthem. But just like the winner today from Jensen Olsen Ultra, Vasco Cabo will be disappointed in 4th position, but still a solid result nonetheless. Dodge Vadao gets 5th place from Tom Leon, Revo, and Diamond Castro. Rox Adelaide getting a solid P9 result. Carlos Amaro just securing points at the end, P10. UK Wall getting 11th with Lam Fong, and 12th from Castillo, Tap by Horn, 13th, 14th. We've got Livery, Klein, Zygmunt, Headley, Crupby, Boxar, and Butler, with Davis Arquero crashing out earlier on. And with that, we're done in Belgium. We'll see you next time when F1 Classic returns for a triple header in Italy. Goodbye.